and just be healthy and do what you think you can do. It's a hard thing to do.
And to repeat history conversations, you must be prepared not just for the question, but for the answer to come.
As anticipation builds for the electrifying showdown between boxing legend Manny Pacquiao and reigning world champion Mario Barrios, the sport's biggest names are chiming in, and the debate is intense. Some are backing Pacquiao's unmatched hand speed, sharp angles, and relentless offensive output, arguing it'll overwhelm Barrios. Others caution that the Filipino icon might be stepping into dangerous territory against a bigger, younger, and more physically resilient opponent. With opinions pouring in from elite fighters like Errol Spence Jr. and Sean Porter, the boxing community is buzzing with speculation. The burning question remains, can the 46-year-old Pacquiao tap into his past brilliance once more, or is Barrios set to usher in a punishing new era by dethroning a living legend?
Travis Hartman weighing in with Travis Hartman. I'm going to weigh in on the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios fight. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. Yes. Mario Barrios is a world champion. Yes. But I'm going to pick Manny Pacquiao. The southpaw from the Philippines, the Hall of Famer, the 8-division world champion. He is going to muster up enough from the past to come in here and beats Mario Barrios. And I'm going to roll with Manny Pacquiao for a decision over Mario Barrios in Vegas this Saturday on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. But also, Mario Barrios is going to pose a lot of threats versus Manny Pacquiao because he's a lot taller, he's a lot longer, and he's younger. And he's a world champion. It's for the WBC world title. Manny Pacquiao's first fight after being retired for 5 or 6 years now. And he chooses a world title fight. Manny Pacquiao by decision.
Whenever a titan like Sugar Ray Leonard speaks, fans and fighters alike stop to listen, and he's not ruling out Pacquiao. Reflecting on his own comeback years ago, Leonard draws attention to the intense mental battle that fighters face after a long layoff. He notes that returning to the ring isn't just about physical conditioning, it's about retraining the mind to absorb punches and endure the unforgiving grind of elite competition. In Leonard's words, you have to feel it, you have to want it. He sees that hunger in Manny and suggests that maybe, just maybe, the legend still knows exactly what needs to be done.
Actually, I can't comment too harshly on that because I made more comebacks than everybody. I hold the record, undisputed. Yeah. But you know what? Hey, do what you want to do, man. You know what, man? It's all up here and it's here. It's what you got. It's what you use. Again, there is no way to answer this, but stay healthy.
Drawing a compelling comparison to his dramatic 1987 return against Marvin Hagler, Leonard underscores that Pacquiao must harness deep mental focus and emotional resilience to succeed. He stresses that the key isn't just about getting into fighting shape, but about tuning the mind to endure the psychological and strategic warfare that the squared circle demands at the highest level.
What kind of challenge he's going to face, having been a great fighter yourself and him, comparable in career-wise. What kind of challenges do you think he's going to face, and any advice on him doing things a certain way that maybe you found you did a mistake or this and that, give or take?
You know what? When I came back that one horrible time, it was all me. It was my mindset. It was the way I felt. I believe I could win. I trained hard, but you know what? I won't do it again. You know what I mean? I won't do it again. But I can't tell someone don't do that. I made too many comebacks.
Mm-hmm. As for Manny, just any advice for him at all?
Just be healthy and do what you think you can. It's a hard thing to answer.
Enter Bernard Hopkins, the embodiment of boxing longevity and the oldest man ever to hold a world title, who sees something familiar in Pacquiao. Speaking to the press, Hopkins confidently voiced his belief in the Filipino star, saying, "I'm rooting for Manny because if anyone can pull this off, it's him." Though he acknowledges Barrios' speed and experience, Hopkins rates him a B+ fighter and believes Manny can win by decision. He doesn't see a knockout coming but thinks Pacquiao's ring IQ and style could edge it.
If Pacquiao is successful, he will become tied with the record set and broke from George Foreman as the oldest champion to win a major title in the light heavyweight division in boxing. That's there. Fact check it. Fact check it is there. That's your generation. Y'all fact check a lot. I got a daughter that's 26. So I got a nephew that's 18, 19, all between 17 and 30, all in between. They keep me up on game. They keep me up on all the fact check. So I'm letting you know. That's one of the reasons Pacquiao is coming out to do that. And other reasons too, but that's one of the major.
In an emotional revelation, Pacquiao shared that his return isn't about pressure or headlines, it's about love. The love of boxing. Since stepping away in 2021, he struggled to fill the void. Politics couldn't match the adrenaline and camaraderie of the sport he grew up in. From training sessions to press conferences, Pacquiao found himself longing for the routines of a fighter's life. After a 4-year break that allowed him to heal and reflect, he reconnected with the part of himself that thrives under the bright lights, finding renewed passion not just for winning, but for the grind that leads to it.
I'm coming back because, like I said, boxing is always my passion, and I miss boxing for how many years? For years I stopped boxing. I always thinking boxing, and even in my house I have a boxing ring, boxing gym, and I always work out every day, like playing basketball, playing badminton. So I really love exercise, and I really miss boxing.
How much of this comeback is about money, if at all?
No, the comeback. The reason why I come back is because I want to. I miss boxing. I mean, I want to be a champion again, and I can still that. In my heart, in my mind, I can still be a.
Pacquiao's battle with Barrios on July 19, 2025, isn't just a comeback; it's a pivotal moment in his storied journey. At 46, after a lengthy hiatus, Pacquiao's decision to lace up the gloves again has sparked excitement across the sport. Yet, this fight isn't the final chapter he envisions. If he triumphs, he's already targeting a blockbuster bout against the dangerous and undefeated WBA lightweight champion, Gervonta Tank Davis.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's going to beat Barrios, which is going to lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around, look in the Discord. That's what everybody Pac and Tank that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the Barrios fight off of 3 years off and a loss to Ugas.
And that's Crimea River, man. That's what boxing is. But longer deserve a Canelo fight.
Manny, when you beat Barrios, what's next? Are you going to fight Ryan Garcia, Haney, Lopez, Gervonta Davis? Are you ready to go through these fights?
One at a time.
But you want those guys.
We'll see. We'll see. I always, I cannot say after this I'm going to fight like that, but one at a time. After the fight, you can see we can talk like.
According to longtime advisor Sean Gibbons, Pacquiao's long-term vision is crystal clear: capture the WBC welterweight belt, then chase his long-held dream fight with Tank Davis. Gibbons revealed that Manny has wanted that clash for years and believes the timing is now perfect, especially after Davis's recent impressive outings. Whether at 145 or 147 pounds, Pacquiao has openly stated he's more than ready to meet the challenge head-on.
Gervonta Tank Davis has a 6 to 7 fight deal with the PBC and Amazon for $200 million. That's like $30 million a fight, all right? He also has a fight date for November. El Rayo team has said they're not fighting this year, so he's not the guy. So the question is, who is the guy who is willing to fight Tank by November and can build the fight into a fight worth $30 million? Y'all must be out y'all minds if y'all think that Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a huge fight. That'll probably be his biggest fight ever. Y'all know that's a big fight because the boxing fan today, they know Tyson, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. That's who they know.
Sugar Ray Leonard isn't done fueling the fire either. He's floated the idea that fans deserve one more Pacquiao versus Mayweather clash. To him, it's not about the payday, it's about the legacy. Leonard insists that the rematch could deliver unmatched excitement and intrigue, reigniting global interest in boxing and giving fans a historic showdown they never stopped asking for. He believes that if the two all-time greats step into the ring again, it could redefine modern boxing spectacle.
Mayweather and Pacquiao. Would you be interested in seeing that rematch?
I mean, yeah. You're at a different stage in your life.
Yeah.
Spiritually, physically, mentally.
Right.
It can be a great fight.
Right.
Put it this way. It should be done.
It should be done.
It should be.
It will help boxing in the sport. You think the sport needs it?
In a crazy way.
In a crazy way?
Yeah. I mean, put it this way. You know, and as much people say when he's 40 years old, people will watch him.
Manny's last fight, he looked phenomenal.
He looks phenomenal.
He looked phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And Mayweather, you know, the last one he fought a kickboxer. He fought, you know, Conor McGregor. You know, his last few fights were too.
Well, when he beat that guy from
the Asian guy. But it was a kickboxer. He was a kickboxer. He wasn't a professional boxer.
I think it's called Tommy Hearn.
Veteran coach Abel Sanchez has chimed in with a mixed assessment. While he admits Pacquiao's reflexes may have dulled with age, he highlights that Manny's punching power is still very real. Pointing to examples like George Foreman's late career KO of Michael Moore, Sanchez suggests that age doesn't erase knockout potential. And that's why, despite the odds, Pacquiao still holds a dangerous edge.
Another fight that's coming up is Manny Pacquiao coming back to fight Mario Barrios for the world title. Obviously Pacquiao's been out of the ring for 4 years. He's not had a victory for 6. What do you make of Pacquiao coming straight back into a world title fight?
I think Manny's a great fighter, and I think Manny's got a great career behind him. I think he picked the lesser of the welterweight champions. I think he has a good chance of making it a good fight. Whether he can win or not at this stage, at this age, I should say. Sometimes the mind tells you to pull the trigger, but the body can't. You know, so is it going to be that? What is he, 46, 47 years old? Something like that? Yeah. Bernard Hopkins was a different kind of animal. Bernard Hopkins never really had the kind of tough fights like Manny's had, so.
Trainer Joel Diaz didn't mince words, he's against Pacquiao's return. In his view, Barrios is the stronger, younger, more conditioned fighter, and the grueling pace of a 12-round war favors youth. Diaz predicts that Barrios' relentless tempo and physicality could wear down Pacquiao. While he respects the Filipino legend's ring intelligence, he warns that age and ring rust are real threats that might tilt the fight decisively toward Barrios.
Manny Barrios is younger. He's younger, he's big, he's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. You know, Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. You know, I mean, in my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memory.
Coach Greg Hackett shares Diaz's skepticism. In a candid interview, he voiced concern that Pacquiao may be overestimating what he can do at this stage. Facing a much younger, active fighter like Barrios carries real risks, and Hackett believes Pacquiao could be setting himself up for a harsh lesson. His view mirrors the wider boxing community's fears, concerned that nostalgia might cloud judgment and lead to irreversible damage to Manny's health and reputation.
Not knock him out, but, you know what I mean, beat him on the card, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight?
Yeah, like that. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang, so, I mean, why not? If he can make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love, if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I mean, I would love something like that. And that's a fight you know you got to get ready for.
It's a fight that boxing fans are going to criticize you for.
Yeah.
But the reality is Manny Pacquiao has a die-hard fan base that you're going to make money with that fight.
Yeah.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia also echoed concerns, acknowledging Pacquiao's greatness but warning of the body's betrayal with age. Even legends eventually feel the toll of time. Garcia emphasized that younger, fresher fighters often expose the physical decline of aging warriors, and warned that despite Manny's willpower, biology might be the biggest opponent in the ring.
Well, Pacquiao's a big man, and obviously Barrios a great fight for Barrios because he's a champion, and I think Pacquiao, being that they both have connections with PBC, that's the easiest fight to make. So, they're getting another title opportunity. I just the name obviously, but I really believe that Pacquiao shouldn't be fighting. I think it's actually going to be a little. I don't want to say sad because he's going to make a lot of money, so we can feel sorry for him. But at 46, almost 47, it's almost impossible for. I'm just 4 years older, 4 years older than him, and it's not easy to try to think you're going to get in shape and be able to perform like the way you were when you were in your 20s and 30s.
You think it's impossible for him to beat Mario Barrios right now?
Well, it's not impossible because he has power. That he should have that power. Barrios is big and a strong boy, so I don't see that happening. But is it possible? Anything's possible. George Foreman did it. There's been others that do it. But I really don't see it happening.
But Pacquiao's speed's the name of his game. Do you think he doesn't have that? There's no way he doesn't have the same speed as before.
There's no way, bro. You guys, I don't know if you guys seen his last performance.
The exhibition against that big guy.
It was actually embarrassing to see that shit.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. You know what I mean?
If Pacquiao wins, what does that do for him? Where does that put him all time?
Hell, come on, at that age, after like a few years, I don't know how many years he's been out.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas took a more analytical angle. He argued that while Barrios appears to have the size advantage, he's not a natural welterweight, having moved up in weight. This detail, according to Atlas, could even the odds more than fans expect. If Barrios' frame doesn't translate into superior power or durability at this level, Pacquiao's speed and experience might make things very interesting, creating a tightly contested matchup rather than a blowout.
Actually as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight. And of course we understand Pacquiao has moved up. My God, I don't even know when he first turned pro. You would have thought maybe he could have been a jockey.
Yeah,
I mean he was
108 pounds, right?
Yeah, jockeys are about 105 pounds, I think, somewhere around that neighborhood. I mean, can you imagine him though going to the whip? He might have killed the horse. That's the only thing. Yeah, you would have had Petter. What is it called? Peter, whatever. Peter. You would have had Peter coming after you. Look what he did to this horse. But look, I love Pacquiao. One of my favorite people. One of my favorite fighters in the whole world. He's moved up from incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible. Just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, who I know you can't go by this guy beat this guy, but he could beat that guy, but he could beat this guy, but you can't go by that in my business, in this business, because styles make fights. But you're right. He beat Ugas. You could say Ugas was a little older than when he fought him a little bit, than when Pacquiao fought him, and maybe that made a difference, whatever. But he did take a lot of punishment, Pacquiao, in the Ugas fight. I thought that Pacquiao, for his age,
despite Barrios' size, youth, and reach advantage, there are still plenty of believers in Pacquiao. Nanito Donaire, a fellow Filipino champion, says Pacquiao's fight IQ and instincts are unmatched. Strength coach Justin Fortune insists the legend looks like his younger self in training and predicts a stoppage win. Juan Manuel Marquez, once a fierce rival, points out that power is the last thing to fade and urges people not to underestimate Manny. Among these voices, a common thread emerges: speed, experience, and the ability to rise on the biggest stage still make Pacquiao a serious threat.
Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against a young fighter, champion WBC, Mario Barrios. How do you see that fight playing out?
Barrios is a tall guy, and he's a tough guy. You know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao is champion, the holder of the records of 8 divisions, and he knows how to fight, he knows how to win, so you always got to give it that opportunity for him to show up. And now whoever shows up in that ring, whether it's a desire to win or just try to be there, that's a question that we have to see. But I believe that he has the ability to do something to win the fight against Barrios.
So here's the real question for fans around the world. Can Pacquiao's signature footwork, rapid-fire combinations, and elite timing cancel out Barrios' youth, reach, and physicality? Or are we on the brink of watching the next generation send a legend into final retirement? Let us know your predictions. This fight is anything but ordinary.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.